Welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. And happy Monday to me because you were gone yesterday. It is a Tuesday. We're already, hauling ass through the week. And here I am for the first day. You gave me a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, well, we gave each other a 4-day weekend because we pumped out a lot of content on Thursday that we rolled out to cover our days off.
Cover our days off, which sometimes you have to do. But I will say that it was your doing, you and your lovely lady, and your 4-day weekend trips on places you like to go. Again, sounds like I'm being negative. I'm not. We are live right now in the Exit Wealth Studios. That's a great thing. Right now, broadcasting the Yeah Come On Show. And again, we want to push the fact that we do this show in less than 30 minutes. We're going to try to do it in less than 30 or 30 at the longest.
We're going to do it like Domino's did in the 80s. You get the pizza in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. Remember that
I do
thing?
remember that.
That was back in the late. Then they had to stop doing it.
Because their drivers were running people over.
Yeah.
And cutting through lawns and doing dumb stuff. Or they were losing a lot, too, because life is tough. And here, you brought this up, Jeff Cole. We'll start the show with this is a conversation we just had. So for me, I'm going to ask you if it's true, doing podcast, a lot of people try it. I do think it's easier for people that have done terrestrial radio. But you're on camera, but I was on camera for a third of my years for sure. I was on camera in studio. So I'm used to that too. And I think people want to see you, but there was that theater of the mind before we all got cameras. What do they look like?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember I didn't know what half of the Morning X looked like, until 2 or 3 years into it. And you had to go to a promotion if you wanted to see what they looked like because they barely even put pictures on the web. There was really no website back in like the mid 90s. Not every morning show had a website. So you really wouldn't see anybody that was on the radio unless you saw them in person.
100%. I still remember Greg Clarkson, and I'm not knocking on you, but he was our night guy at 96 Rock when I started there in 94, and it was called The Dark Side.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that's because his show is midnight to 6 a.m.
No, but he was black, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either until many, many years later.
He goes, I got a white voice. And I went, I'm glad you said that, not me. And he would go out.
And a white name, too.
Yeah, Greg Clarkson. Greg's probably happy we're talking about him. I saw Greg later on after the 96 Rock stuff. A lot of those guys went away. Jeff Clark, there's people that we've even talked to in the past, guys that were on stations and they kind of had other gigs. Greg, if I'm correct, he was doing real estate at the loft across the street. And I bought a unit as a rental property at the time in 2004. And we're just talking and everything. And he and Willard both have won the Georgia lottery.
What?
But what they've won is that thing where you get money like every month or you get so much a year. It was a different kind of thing. It's not like they just won $5 million.
Yeah. Well,
they won one of those that have like legs attached to it where it's like
$1,000 a week that's still
one
a
of
lot.
those like 1,000 a week deals. Yeah, something like that. And I don't know the facts.
So he's living off Willard's living off Georgia lottery money, not 96 Rock license plate money.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. And Greg Clarkson won lottery money too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I have not
we worked at 96 Rock. Where's our lottery money?
Oh, let's not go there. It almost cost me my marriage. Georgia Lottery. If you want somebody to endorse you, it should be me. I can show you through my tax records how much I've spent and how much I've won, and it is. But that's a lot of people. I mean, how many people actually win? But these guys did to some degree. Now, again, I've heard it so many times on both that I know it's true, but I don't have details.
Yeah.
So
won. It wasn't just they won a few $100s on a scratch off. They won some life-changing kind of pot or money.
Yeah, they definitely won enough that all you might need is a part-time gig, not a full-time gig.
Which is kind of what radio is now. Regular terrestrial radio.
It is. It's tough. It's tough. So this is the alternative. And we hope you listen to the entire show. But our conversation before is you think a lot of people watch the shorts which is the term that is used out there for a minute of a show where maybe there's a good laugh track or a reason to get you to watch the show, is at least what the people that are doing the show want to happen. We put out these shorts either with a guest, a topic, or a funny line, so you'll come and watch said show. But you think people just watch the shorts?
Well, I think it's becoming more and more common. People want the short stuff, so they start scrolling on Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and they'll watch clips of podcasts like ours that are 30 minutes, but they'll just watch a minute or two whenever it pops up.
Yeah.
Maybe subscribe or follow on the short site, but they don't always get bounced to watch the full show on YouTube or listen to the full show on Spotify. And I'm guilty of this too. I mean, it takes a lot for me to find a show that I like. Who are these guys? I don't know who they are, but the good content. Let me go find and listen to the whole show.
Right.
That I don't do that often.
But you do it.
I do it sometimes, but it's becoming more and more common for people to just use. That's the content. The shorts are the content.
Yeah, we're in a hurry. It might be for the person that does work from home, or I'm going to say retired, or a housewife, or somebody that's just killing time, or the long haulers. You know, if somebody's out there just doing a lot of driving, you don't want to search for radio stations from market to market, so you probably do listen to shows. Now, they're not watching it.
Yeah, but you listen to a full, like I did on my drive to Gulfport, Mississippi over the weekend. I listened to several podcasts that I already listened to, but that's the only time I listen to full shows, road trips.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is kind of like a show open that you do in radio. It's like the 6 a.m. hour. Again, we cram 4 hours of Atlanta radio into 30 minutes or less, and it's live without a net. So quickly, before we move on to Steve MZ, now that we've mentioned ExitWealth.com and Exit Stage Left Advisors to sell your business, if you're out there and you're looking to have quality life, to watch podcasts. What about you? What did you do this weekend? Did you win money in Biloxi?
Oh, I didn't go gambling. I was very close. I drove right by it. No, I was
None?
The couple that we went to visit, you know, they have a nice house, pool. We just cooked out all weekend, hung out by the pool. No one wanted to go gambling because I was really the only one that's obsessed with it. So I decided to put the dice down and just enjoy some drinks and friends over the weekend. No gambling this time.
No gambling. Any kids around or just adults?
Well, there was one well, they have one 13-year-old, I guess, but he was out playing with kids in the neighborhood, so it was pretty much an adult party. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would show up and see 4 drunk ass adults.
6 actually. Yeah.
6? There was another couple?
Yeah, another couple. Yeah.
Came out there and stayed too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Mississippi burning.
Yeah.
Look at you. All right. Well, it is time to kick it off. Let's get a little content in and make it quick. Sports is coming with Regal Nissan's own Skipper talking about that Falcon draft. If you watched it or didn't, we'll inform you, along with a little bit of Steve MZ, some politictainment, because somebody tried to bring a gun to a party, and then we'll close it out with a good track 13. Yeah, come on, and yeah, come on golf carts. Hey, it's Southside Steve with the Yeah, Come On show talking about one of our fantastic sponsors, and that would be North Atlanta Golf Carts. North Atlanta Golf Carts is located in Dawsonville off Highway 53 East, or you can go to Buford where they're located off Thompson Mill Road. Either way, they've got lots of brands for you. They've got Yamaha, they've got Club Car, and many others. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it, and they've been in business since 1997. When you get there, ask for Craig Riddle. He's the man. He'll be at 1 or 2 locations always during the day, and then ask for the Yeah, Come On deal. He's already prepared to give you $500 off a used golf cart. So whether it's new to you or brand new, however you want to customize it, do you want it delivered? They've got parts, they've got accessories, and they work round the clock. Monday through Saturday, they're open. Sunday, they're closed. That's North Atlanta Golf Carts. Yeah, come on. Also brought to you by Small's Sliders. Small Sliders, get out there, man. It's in Windy Hill Road, just before Cop Parkway in Roswell. They are wide open. Drive-through starts at 10 a.m., doesn't close till 10 a.m., p.m., and then on the weekends, it's open till midnight. So,
you hit it after a Braves game.
Yeah, you could get it after a Braves game for sure on the weekend. Get yourself a slider, 1, 2, 3, 4, but slide on in. Small slider. Can't miss that building. It's orange. Man, we got a guy that you're not going to know by name, but I got to mention it. He lives in Las Vegas. He's an Indian, real Indian, not American Indian. And he was in Dances with Wolves.
I just saw this headline. I saw he got accused of something.
Yeah,
but is he been in anything else? Or
he actually has been sentenced.
Oh. But he's been in any other movies that we know. He's an American Indian. Not like the guy in Yellowstone who's been in a lot of things. His name's Gil Birmingham, I think.
Oh, he's excellent. No, I know who you're talking about. No, not like that at all. Matter of fact, child Indian actor.
Oh, he was a kid.
He was a kid.
I
in
don't
the
remember
movie.
Dances with Wolves very well.
Well, here it is. I'm going to zoom in on that. You'll remember. Look at that kid right there. He was the young kid that was so innocent. He was older than a few. He's learning to shoot the bow and arrow. He's there. He took a liking to Kevin Costner in the movie. And then when the Indians are going to war to break Kevin Costner out, so to speak, as they're traveling him back to the east to face war crimes, because they're like, you became an Indian out here. You're speaking Indian. You're a traitor. So it was that. If you'd never watched the movie, I got to give you something. Well, this kid's the one holding the horses. Mm-hmm. He's just sitting there off to the side looking around. Well, one of the guys who's really mean, like a sergeant in the cavalry, crawls up out of the water and he needs a horse. So he's like, give me the horse. And the kid kind of pulls back. So he just whacks him, knocks him down. And the kid, has got the blood right there and everything. And then he's getting the horse and getting ready to get saddled up. And all of a sudden he turns and the kid nails him with a hatchet right in the chest, kills him. And then the other Indians are coming up and they see it and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, now you're a man. Mm-hmm. Now you're a man.
Okay, so he grows up in Dances with Wolves, but now he's grown up and did some naughty things.
Nathan Chasing Horse, guilty of 13 of 21 charges. He faced in January. Now they've sentenced him. It was an 11-day trial. He was originally arrested, it says, for crimes by a SWAT team in 2023 and was booked in Clark County Jail over child abuse or neglect, sexual assault, sex assault against a child, and sex trafficking as an adult.
Oh, that's pretty heavy. So
a lot of sex
it's pedophile stuff.
He is a little bit of that. He's a lot of that because he just got sentenced to life. He is done. Convicted of 10 counts of sexual assault of a minor under 16, 1 count of open gross lewdness, 1 count of sexual assault, 1 count of possession of a visual presentation depicting sex conduct. I don't even want to read that. Yeah. This dude's a sick dude. So you remember him then. This is what he looks like now.
Mm-hmm.
Not a nice guy.
No, he looks scary.
So now when I watch that movie, now that I've read this, the movie has ruined it. So now when I look at him, he's not that innocent little Indian boy. And now I'm on the cavalry side. He should have whacked him because in real life, look at what this kid did. Bad, bad, bad boy. Also out there, not just, you try to look for good news on Steve MZ. Jimmy Kimmel, we're going to hit it. But Jimmy is in the hot seat again. And it does blow my mind that Disney, of all things, lets somebody spread hate. And I'm a big Disney guy. I don't know that Walt Disney would have allowed that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to let you hit that harder in Politictainment. But it had to be mentioned, at least in Steve MZ.
Well, go ahead and mention it now, and then it'll kind of tease it. But it looks like he had a premonition about the assassination attempt on Saturday. Because what did he get in trouble for? He said Thursday night, I believe.
He did. It was two days prior, almost 3. And he said it. And basically, he is alluding to it will happen at some point.
That Melania will be
a widow.
A widow.
And that's the Steve MZ part. We can talk about what happened in Politictainment next. But just knowing Jimmy and and it's weird. I actually mentioned it. I did a live Instagram. I didn't save it. I just did one this morning, Waiting on You in the Rain. And I wasn't friends with him, but I met him through Larry and Eric of the Regular Guys. And You know, we did 96 Rock. We did Rock 100.5. I'm wearing a throwback shirt now. And, you know, they got to know them. They hung out with him. Jimmy was a producer in radio for the big radio station. Kevin and Bean, yeah, on K-Rock. And then you had Adam Carolla, who I know you're a fan of. And they're just working their way up. Jimmy's doing Win Ben Stein's Money. Then the two of them get together and they do The Man Show. So that's where his humor was at one point in time. And a lot of people were saying it's his second wife. I never met his first one, but I knew his kids. Now those kids are grown up. Now he's got a new set of kids. And they say she's way, way left. And they've poisoned him. She's poisoned him, or the people he's around. But he's got the syndrome.
The Trump derangement syndrome.
And this is not the guy that I knew. Been in the green room for his show twice, but whatever. But yeah, those statements are pretty harsh, man. You can't say that.
No, but
I mean, I look for humor in everything, and I don't mind darkness in my humor because I can handle it just by the way what we've been exposed to. But don't you think that's wrong?
Yes, but I think it would have flown under the radar had that thing not happened Saturday night.
Oh, of course, I agree with that.
It wouldn't even be a story. It lines up. It was just bad timing, and that's really not his fault. It doesn't surprise me. That's just him with his Trump derangement syndrome. But because it happened 3 days before she could have been a widow, it's highlighted, and now it's in Steve MZ.
Now it is in Steve MZ, and that's what happens in Steve MZ. I just had one or two more stories. I mean, the worst of people comes out. The Pussycat Dolls may be doing a comeback tour. Wouldn't that be awesome? I remember those chicks.
Well, it's the one song, Don't You Think Your Girlfriend Is Hot Like Me?
Yes, I do remember that song. That was pretty damn hot.
Yeah.
The lead singer was, I think, the hottest for me. She was more my type, the one with the dark hair.
Wasn't Carmen Electra part of it for a while? No,
she was never a Pussycat Doll, not that I know of. So George Clooney, hey, Donald and Melania, Jimmy's just a comedian. Jokes are jokes was his statement.
Well, I think Clooney has Trump derangement syndrome.
He does.
Too.
He does. And the fact is, yeah, I get jokes and I get things, but man, that's just tacky. And here's the thing: the reason it's not a joke with him, if anybody else said it, maybe it's a joke. If you were doing a stand-up routine, or me, it's a joke. But with a guy that is basically his entire show is wrapped around hating on Trump, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Now time for a little politictainment, and that is brought to you by, man, I've pretty much gone through everybody. I've got my golf. I've got my small sliders. I got sports coming up with Regal Nissan. This one could be brought to you by whom?
Mike is waiting. He's like, what's he going to say?
I'm going to go
button to press.
I'm going to go with David Markwell because this one's perfect for Markwell Therapy, who's a proud endorser, because we're going to deal with the mental issues. David Markwell, that guy right there, can help you. MarkwellTherapy.com. Amanda and I went to him for premarital counseling. He was fantastic, and he's got a full slew of people with specialties called Ridgeline Counseling. But you need to get a hold of David Markwell first. MarkwellTherapy.com.
Polydictainment.
So, yeah, of course, we missed it yesterday because we had pre-taped our interview with Ken from Synchronicity, the police tribute band, which will be at the Rock and Taco May 7th. So we missed out on talking about the big assassination attempt on Saturday night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah.
And immediately, like I was, like I said, I was kind of on vacation. I was just scrolling through and saw a few things on TikTok about it. The first things I saw were conspiracy theories. Before I even heard about it being an actual news story or actually happening, I was like, oh, someone's making up stuff already.
Yeah, you know what happened to me? Because I do a show on Saturday nights on Rumble with John Rocker, and we've got a new name. It's no longer On the Rocks. And I'm not cheating on Jeff, but it's just an opportunity. It's a national podcast. And Jeff's had a great day job, and Southside hasn't. So I got to make some cheddar somewhere. And people say horrific things. You can either like ball game or not. Don't really care. But I am definitely good cop on the show, just because of who I'm just being me. But I will say we were doing a show. We had like 2,000 people viewing, which is a good number on Rumble. 7 o'clock. All of a sudden, we saw our numbers drop off dramatically.
Oh.
And the reason is because it happened in several right-leaning shows, which Rumble's a right-leaning network, jumped on the shooting, and it was huge.
And it got a lot more eyeballs. So.
There were like 20,000 people watching just one channel because they were covering it live as it happens, and we just weren't. Note to self, it's almost good to have a TV. Even right now, we should have a TV rolling just because we're taping, because something live could happen.
Yeah, good point. So it was this guy, Cole Allen, booked a room at the Hilton, just like everybody else. And I don't know, he didn't get very far, but shots were fired. I don't think anybody was injured.
No, an officer wasn't injured, but an officer was shot, but it hit his bulletproof vest.
But they captured him. I think he's going for an arraignment today.
Yeah, it ought to be interesting. This dude is not stupid. He's overly educated. He sent out a message, is what I'm hearing.
A manifesto, yeah.
A manifesto to family and put it out. He's got a sister and a brother. One went to the Secret Service. The other one went to whatever the police are locally. And they're like, what the hell? I mean, they did the right things. Keep in mind, the people that saved the president's life haven't been paid in 8 weeks. And the other people right now, there is no Homeland Security being paid.
Well, the other thing about when everybody scattered all the video footage we saw is a lot of people were being critiqued because they left their wives, particularly RFK Jr.
He did.
Like, he got whisked away by Secret Service, and then Cheryl Hines is kind of like, was like second fiddle. And that happened several times. And there was even one meme of some guy, they say it was a MAGA Republican, like putting his pregnant wife in front of him to shield himself.
Oh, come on.
So that kind of stuff was saying. But with the Secret Service, there's a protocol. You got to protect your target. And that's, unfortunately, it's the guy or whoever the person is, not the spouse.
Well, they're protected. Yeah, if somebody comes in and sprays the crowd, yeah, God bless. You hope to hell that never happens. And then people could get hurt. But if you're going after 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals, you got to protect them. They did say that Trump was a husband first, that you see the reason Trump fell outside of his age and balance is because he looked back at Melania. She was down on the ground. This just came out today. I saw it this morning. And he goes to grab her hand to pull her along, tells the Secret Service to wait. He wants his wife with him. And then when he trips, she's on the ground too, because I guess he kind of brought her down. They say that he laid over her for about a second or two before
they grabbed him.
Before they grabbed him and got him, that he was trying to protect his wife too.
But
so the president at least did it right. But what do you do if you're Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and 4 dudes grab you? It's hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Plus, it's chaotic. I mean, shots are going. You don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, it's chaos. So no one's going to react perfectly.
6 shots, I think, rang out.
Wow.
It was a pop, pop, pop. He went through it, and he did not own guns, bought guns weeks before.
I did want to point out that Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted, so right after this happened, we found out the guy, Cole Allen, we know about it, but a day later, his manifesto, we know more about him. Whereas with the Butler shooting, it was the one kid, Thomas Crooks, no social media. We didn't really learn anything. We haven't learned anything. She's kind of like pointing out, okay, something's not right. Something is staged. One of them could be staged. And that's another thing. A lot of people are saying this could be staged. A lot of people are saying it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I mean, when I read the Trump story that he was protecting his wife, I'm like, well, I haven't seen this all over. I'm seeing this right now on Instagram. Is this real? You start to question what is real and what isn't. Do you have the audio or anything?
Oh, I have the audio. Oh, some reporter
just talking about it.
Yeah, this is if this is true, this
Mike,
is pretty.
Media 2.
It's pretty disgusting. This is Representative Andy Ogles.
Yeah, check out this statement.
Andy Ogles, and this is what he overheard while this was going on.
Yeah.
There was a reporter. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. There was a reporter in the room who was under a table. And when the shots went off and everybody's hiding, she said, I hope they killed the orange MF. That was a journalist in the room who was hoping that when she stood up, the president of the United States would be dead.
You can pull it down.
Yeah, that is bad, because whether you hate Trump, you can hate him as much as you want. if he were to get assassinated, and I thought that if this happened in Butler, if he was assassinated then or now, it would really, that'd be the end of America. I think it would be the end of the country and possibly the start of a world war.
I think that there would be. I think that we think that it can't happen, but I will agree with you. If this goes down, if the left takes out this guy that's trying to make America great again, that literally sheds tears trying to make it great, outside of his abrasiveness or his ability to be rude on TikTok, I don't give two damns. A polished president almost scares me to death. So that being said, you know, I don't mind. I know times have changed. We're not as presidential as we used to be, or at least Trump isn't. But then again, I look at the evilness and the things done. I mean, look what Clinton did with an intern. Look at the rumors on Obama spreading collusion and help make up the Russiagate. How do you ever arrest an ex-president, even if he did it and all the hell he caused? It's illegal. Voting. What did Hillary Clinton really do? What have the Clintons done? You know, show me outside of Jimmy Carter somebody that's clean. Again, I love the Bushes, but look at all the crap you hear about 9/11
and the wars. Yeah.
and the wars. So there is just like, really? You think Trump is the most evil? You're going to use the word Nazi, which just kills me. And that's why a reporter would say something, you know, I hope they killed the orange MFer. And that is just horrific to the ears. Right now it's time for sports. We're going to a good old boy, Skipper. He's at Regal Nissan, and he is going to break down the Falcons draft. From what I'm hearing, Atlanta Falcons, under the tutelage of one Matt Ryan, might have had the best draft ever. I don't know about ever. We picked up some good players, but we'll see with Skipper here momentarily. Again, we are live without a net calling our guy, and he could be in a meeting for all I know. We're running behind. You there?
Okay.
I'm here.
All right, Skipper, with Regal Nissan Service, where you should take your Nissan or your Infiniti right off the interstate, Roswell Road, you can take Roswell Road to Holcomb Bridge Road, which is right down the road from where we are, but you are at Holcomb Bridge in Georgia 400, right off the interstate, and the doors go up. You can have an appointment or not. Just ask for the Yeah Come On deal, and make sure you ask for Skipper. And tell him that you're a proud fan of the Yeah Come On show. Only beautiful things will happen after that. Skipper, I'm hearing best draft ever for the Atlanta Falcons. You have the floor. Break it down for us, people that did not watch it.
Yeah, I'm very happy with our draft. We didn't have our first round pick because of the trade last year, so we had to wait till Friday night to get our first pick. But in the second round, we took Avion Terrell, the brother of our starting cornerback, AJ Terrell. So that's a really cool story. But even if he's not his brother, the big thing is that he's a cornerback that we need. He's 5'11", 186 pounds, forced 8 fumbles from the cornerback position in the last 2 years. So he's a ball hawk. He makes things happen. Kind of reminds you of Peanut Tillman, who always punched out the balls, or even Honey Badger, you know, that type of defensive back that can make turnovers, which is something, if you watch the Falcons last year, was kind of our weakness. We got the sacks. We're playing better, but we weren't getting the turnovers, which is key. Anyone that watches football knows that the turnover battle is usually what decides who wins that game. So getting a guy like that can cover, but also get the ball is very big. He also is really good in the run support. He's not scared to jump up and get in the middle of the line. You know, there's a video going around watching him knock down a guard on a pulling guard on a run play, which was great. So if you go and watch some of those highlights, you'll see what kind of tenacity he plays with. So I'm very excited about him. I think he was the best player on the board, in my opinion. So that's one thing I like about our new GM. He went best player available.
And two brothers playing together. He played at Georgia, right? Clemson. Oh, God, I can't believe I screwed that up. All right, so he played at Clemson, and now he's on the Falcons, man, with his bro.
Yep.
Any other great picks? Because I do look to see him mix it up on the defense. It is getting exciting. I'm already ready for football.
And then said Georgia, our next pick in the third round, we took Zachariah Branch, wide receiver out of Georgia. He's electrifying. He's slot receiver, punt returner, kick returner. You get the ball in his hands, and he takes off.
Dude, man,
I
we
think
got some
that-
scoring coming, baby. Are you excited, Jeff?
I'm excited.
All right, because
Yeah.
now you're learning about sports, and Skipper's one to
Let's
teach
just
you.
hold up. I got to deal with the U.S. Open. I'm just now watching golf.
All right,
So
well, we'll stay with the Falcons here. That's awesome. I didn't know about that pick, Skip. Anything else you saw? I mean, that's good stuff.
So those are two headliners. Those are two guys that should make an impact year one.
Mhm.
The day 3 picks of rounds 4 through 7, there's some guys that have some potential. One guy I particularly am intrigued by was a linebacker we took out of Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 245, so really big guy, hard hitter. He played safety when he first got to college, moved to linebacker, so he has that coverage ability. So it's one thing that really looking forward to him developing. Probably not a guy that will help out this year, but I would think year 2, year 3 is someone that could be a major impact in this draft.
Thank you so much, man. That is sports. That's Yeah Come On Sports with the service manager. And I have praised you to everyone I've met. My truck is still sitting in the actually in my garage because I drove Amanda's car, the Armada from Regal Nissan, because I was like, I'm not getting my car dirty. It was detailed to the max, Skip. You guys fixed it. And man, it looks great. I have not driven it but one time since I got it from the dealership on Friday.
Well, I'm happy that we took great care of you.
If I do get it dirty, you're going to help me wash it one more time at least, right? At Regal, you do that.
Anything for you, Steve.
And anything for you if you ask for the Yeah Come On deal. That is Skipper. You saw him. Go see him and see his staff. And that first guy when you walk through the door, that's Miguel. That's my tech. He'll help you out. He helps me out. Thank you, Skipper from Yeah Come On Sports and Regal Nissan.
Yeah, you'll have a great day. Yeah, come on.
yeah, come on.
All right, man. Now it's track 13 time, and I don't know if you have anything prepared. We haven't really had a theme. We've been talking a lot about the police coming, and we've been talking about Sting coming. And when I say coming, it is going to be the closest thing, hopefully, to the real thing, which is, I think, what's going to happen all over the nation. And now I turn the camera to a man that is educated from Georgia State University with a minor in tribute band theory. Your thoughts?
You want to do another police song?
I don't know. I just want to know your thoughts on this guy. In our interview that we did yesterday, I saw that you asked some technical questions. It looked like you heard what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I was going deep. I was going deep into some things that are police offshoot. But in terms of the music,
Sure.
he knows the music, and that's the most important part. We're talking about Ken, who plays Sting in the Police Tribute Band, which we're going to see at the Rock and Taco May 7th. We're actually going to do a show there as well. So come on out, enjoy some great food, margaritas.
Oh, God. Monday margaritas, you missed it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and I went by there, is $5 margaritas at Rockin' Taco. So that's pretty rocking. So I'm going to let you pick it. So you're going to go with a police or Sting song?
I'm actually going to go ahead and... No, I'll save this for later. Let's just do another police song. I'm a fan of the drummer Stuart Copeland,
Okay.
who sang a couple of police songs throughout the years. And on the last album they did, Synchronicity, as a band, he sings one song. Andy Summers, the guitar player, sings one song. Everything else on that album, Sting wrote and sang.
Wrote
Okay.
and
Wrote
sang.
and- yeah,
did
but-
he read the one? Did he write the ones they sang?
No, those are the only two songs that have other songwriting credits.
Wow.
So by the time this is part of why they broke up. By the time they got the Synchronicity, it was Sting's band. So they were basically allowed to do one song, and these songs were never on the radio.
Oh, man, bands screw up when they do that. I think you got to divide it. If everybody's playing on it, the writer might get a little extra cheddar, but you can't just like cut the guys out. Am I wrong?
No, but I think it was heading that direction, and that's why they ultimately broke up. But this is one of my favorite songs from the album that Stuart Copeland, the drummer, sings. So it's definitely a deeper cut on one of the biggest albums of 1983, Synchronicity. So number one, I'm wondering if they're going to play it, the Synchronicity tribute
to
band.
let the drummer in the band sing.
Yeah, or they're going to let him. Now, if they did that, I'll be impressed.
Okay.
If the drummer sings, if they play this song, I'd be impressed. If they pull it off with the drummer singing it to make it more realistic, more impressed. It's a song called Miss Gradinko from Synchronicity. It is The Police, track 13 on the Yeah Come On show.